Let's go. This is my thumbnail. This is my thumbnail for YouTube. This is a video I made showing how to make that thumbnail. Somebody said, can you do a breakdown on YouTube doing this? Show how I made this thumbnail. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a quick breakdown on how I made this thumbnail because I made it real fast, real quick. And if you want to make fun little thumbnails like this yourself that are just super easy to do using Midjourney's new edit tool, I'm going to show you how to do that. This is the photo booth app on Mac. I have lots of photos of me. This is the photo that I turned into me in a lab coat. And this photo, this has been upscaled, but I originally took this using the photo booth app. So here is how I first got just the image of me. So I took this image and pretend that this image is this image. I took this in July or something, so I don't have the original of this anymore. But I take the image from Photo Booth, put it on my desktop. Sometimes Mac's native remove background tool, which you just get from right-clicking and then going to quick actions, remove background, sometimes it doesn't do a good job removing the background. This website, remove.bg, always does an amazing job removing the background. So I drag my image here. The background is removed perfectly. Look at that hair. But they charge like $1 if you want to download the version in high resolution. And maybe you're just going to use it once. You don't want to pay $1 to use it once for YouTube thumbnail. So here's what you do. You click download, then you go to this upscale tool. This is on replicate.com. The URL is replicate.com/nightmareai/real-ESR GAN. It's very simple. You drag in the image, and I could do the one that I removed the background of. That actually, that's what I'm going to do because that's what I did for this one right here. I removed the background first, then I upscaled it, then I brought it into Figma. And actually, for my YouTube thumbnails, I just have a ton of images like me, just like this, that I use for different thumbnails of me conveying different emotions. And I picked this one because I said it would look good if I put a lab coat on this one of me, and that's what I did. So I want to upscale. That's really easy. For this one, I want my face to look really crispy, so I'm going to check on Face Enhance. I'll scale it at 2, and I'll click Run. And let's see what happens. The output is generating. Here is the before. Here is the after. That looks great. That looks actually great. I probably could use this for certain things. I don't know what I could use it for, but you know what? I'm going to download it and save it and try to use it for something someday. All right, so that brought us with this version, and then I said, I want to put a lab coat on this. I went to Midjourney's edit tool. Now, you can get this, I think, if you have like 10,000 generations or something, or very easy, just have an annual plan for Midjourney. That's what I did. I got an annual plan for Midjourney, and then I could use this tool. So I'm going to click View All so I could see previous ones that I did. And this is the original. And then what I did is I erased my shirt. I used the erase tool right here to just erase my shirt a ton. I just went blah, blah, blah. I kept the hand. So this is what you have. And then I wrote a man wearing a lab coat. That's all I did. And I got all of these variations. And a lot of them, some of them look okay. This one actually I probably could have used too. There has all these artifacts around. So I picked the one that had the least artifacts, and that was this one. And I got this one. So then I took this one and I clicked upscale to gallery. I took this one, I clicked upscale to gallery, and then it brought me to my gallery right over here. I have the upscaled version. A lot of the artifacts were removed. I actually wonder if I was to click upscale on some of these other ones that had tons of artifacts, would that also remove the artifacts? Let's find out. Here's one that has a ridiculous amount of, it looks really bad. It's all these things that you can see right here. So will upscaling this remove these? I'm going to click upscale to gallery, and now we see it being upscaled in the create tab, where it's 16% complete, 31% complete. And here is the fully upscaled version. We see a lot of this weird stuff still exists, so I wouldn't have used this one. But it's okay, and I didn't use that one. I used this one. And this one looks okay, looks decent. So I downloaded it. I clicked download right here, dragged it onto my desktop. And this was one of those cases where I could just right click and do remove background using Mac OS, and it worked fine. And that's exactly what I did. I just did that, just like I showed you. And it left me with that. And there are all these lines around me, but it's okay because in the final version, you don't really notice these lines, so it works out. If I wanted something to be crispier around the edges, then I would go back to remove.bg and I would probably use that. And I don't know if I would upscale it again. I don't think I would. But if I was going to have to double upscale it, I probably wouldn't just use an image that started with me upscaled. I would use one that started with me blurry. I would add on whatever effect I wanted using Midjourney, like the lab coat. Then I would remove the background using remove.bg, and then I would upscale that. All right, so I had me in a lab coat and I needed the lab. I like to have ChatGPT write my Midjourney or Grok prompts, my image generation prompts. I like ChatGPT to write it. ChatGPT does a way better job than me. So I say, write a Midjourney prompt for a laboratory for search engine optimization. That was my initial prompt. And ChatGPT gave me something terrible, like a futuristic laboratory. I don't even read what ChatGPT writes half of the time. I just paste that directly in to Grok or Midjourney. And I really like Grok because Grok has very high prompt adherence. Grok is X's AI. Grok has very high prompt adherence. It does a really good job sticking to what you tell it to make, whereas Midjourney takes more creative license. So I got all of these things. I didn't really like them. It took me a lot of back and forth. Don't make it futuristic. Remove the people. Make it look sciencey with beakers and potions. Good, but make it a big laboratory. Specify there are web traffic graphs. And then finally I think this was the one that I used, or maybe it was this one. Either way, it ended up being Grok that gave me the winning image. And this is what I used for my background. I had all of these other ones here. I'll show you. I had all of these other ones from Midjourney, and I didn't like them. I didn't think they looked good enough. This is me trying all the different prompts that ChatGPT gave me. And I have the aspect ratio 3:2, whereas just Grok gives me a good aspect ratio naturally. So I have my background now, which was made with Grok, XAI's Grok, and I have me, and the background is removed, and I'm upscaled. So now I just need to put them together, and it was super easy. I did it in Figma. So this is the original of me. This is the background. Here is me dragged in. And I just took me and I made my size pretty good. I made it so that the top of my hair just touches the top of the frame. I centered it. Normally, if you've seen my thumbnails, I usually put myself to the side, or I put myself to the right a lot, or to the left. But in this one, I said, I think it'll look better if I just position it directly in the center. And I align this to the bottom of the frame. That's what I did. Center alignment to the bottom. And that is the full thumbnail. And that is what I used on YouTube. And that's how I made this. Really easy. And it was so fun. I was sitting in a cafe having some nice food and some nice drinks, surrounded by some nice people. And I made this really fast, and it was really fun. I enjoyed the creativity in it, trying the different prompts and getting the image of me in the lab coat. Super easy. I hope you'll try it. That's how to use Midjourney's edit tool. There's probably so much about Midjourney's edit tool that I don't even know. I'm sure that there is, but that's how I use it to make this thumbnail today. So profit picks, can you do a breakdown in YouTube doing this? That's your video, and everybody else, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much. I will talk to you on my next video. Bye now.